program I'll explain. This explanation is most important. Listen with more concentration. This is most important. Listen with more concentration. See, that program, whatever I given yesterday, that is once again I'll execute. Listen. See, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10, bin. Here, double click on Tomcat icon. Then server is going to be started. See, server startup 6480 milliseconds. Server started. Now, I'll run the application. See, http://localhost 8082 first test. Then you are getting welcome to Solids. Whenever you send requests from browser until you get a response, what is happening? Complete, I'll explain. Listen with more concentration. It is the most important. It is most important. Okay, listen with more concentration. Say http://localhost:/8082/first/test. This is written. Okay. Now, here HTTP is a protocol. It is a protocol. Localhost is a domain name. Is a domain name. 8082 is a port number. Port number. First, war file name. War file name. Test, URL pattern of a servlet. Note on this one. URL pattern of first servlet in web.xml. Yesterday's strength is more, today's strength is less. But today class most important. Protocol, domain name, port number, war file name, URL pattern of first servlet in web.xml. See, every word I'll explain. Every word I'll explain. Is it over? Writing is over. So HTTP is a protocol. HTTP is a protocol. What is this protocol? I'll explain what it will do. It is localhost. It is called domain name. 8082. It is a port number. First, var file name, test, URL pattern of solid in web.xml. In a web.xml /test I written URL pattern tag. That is first what is what I given, word by word I'll explain. See, in this line, see, this is we are typing in browser. This is we are typing. This is we are typing in a browser window. Then you are getting welcome to solids. Then you are getting welcome to solids. Okay. See, from browser, I am sending request to server. Server sending welcome to solids. Now, until you get a response, what is happening internally? Everything I'll explain. This is I'm sending to server. From server, I'm receiving this one. Okay. So we are typing in browser window in address bar this line. You are getting output this one. Okay. Now in this line, each and every word I'll explain. Listen. Online students, listen with concentration. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. First listen. Now, here, HTTP. This HTTP nothing but it is a protocol. What it will do is, it transfers hypertext. Client to server, server to client. What purpose this is required is, communicating browser and server, this protocol software required. So, just note down. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It transfers hypertext. It transfers hypertext. Hypertext means HTML text. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTTP protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. HTTP protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. HTTP protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. See, in the browser window, first word we are writing HTTP. In the browser window, in address bar, first word we are writing HTTP. This HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This HTTP full form, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. What it will do is, it transfers hypertext. Hypertext nothing but HTML text. HTML nothing but hypertext markup language. So in every program by default HTML will be there. That HTML I'll show you with programming further sessions, you'll understand. By default HTML code will be there by default. That I'll show you. One concept is there, MIME type, multi-purpose internet mail extensions. By default HTML, that's what Without HTML, developing web application is not possible. Compulsory HTML required. You use any other technology also, HTML required. Okay. So this protocol, what it will do is it transfers hypertext. It is nothing but one software. It is one predefined software. Whenever you install Windows operating system, with that software only, this software comes. For you appears one word. That is one predefined networking software. Okay. This software, whenever you install Windows operating system, with Windows operating system only so many protocols by default installed. Some protocols we can explicitly also we can install, possible. See, this is one word we are writing, but this word nothing but one software, predefined networking software that is. And this protocol, what it will do is transfers hypertext. Client to server, server to client, hypertext is going to be transferred. Hypertext nothing but HTML text. That means HTML program. HTML program text is called hypertext. That text transferred from server, client to server, server to that is protocol. And this protocol used by browser, used by server to communicate on the web. Communication purpose, this protocol also required. See, if you write in the browser HTTP, then my browser communicating with server. My browser communicating with server. What is localhost? Next. No, localhost. It is called as domain name. 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 If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. It is called as domain name. If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. See, suppose 5 computers are there. Five computers connected together as a one network. This computer name system 1. This computer name system 1. This computer name system 2. This computer name system 3. This computer name system 4. This computer name system 5. Now, Tomcat server installed in system 1. You are working in system 4. This application you want to deploy here. Then system 1 you are tried in the place of localhost. But Tomcat server installed in system 1 only. You are working in system 1 only. you can use localhost also. So if the server is installed, on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. Say Tomcat server installed in system 1, your Java program in system 4. This program you want to deploy here. In that situation, localhost place system 1 you right. Localhost place system 1 you right. And suppose you are working in system 1 only. Then localhost you can write. Server also in same computer, then you can use localhost. Okay. That purpose domain. See, in the browser window, I typed HTTP, my browser communicating with server. Localhost, my browser searching for server in the same computer. Localhost means in the same computer. One computer name if you write, in that computer it will search. Okay. Now, next, 8082. It is a port number and it is used to identify the service. It is a port number and it is used to identify the service. It is a port number and it is used to identify the service. Tomcat server default port number is 8080. WebLogic server default port number is 8082. 7001. Wildfly server default port number is 8080. Oracle server default port number is 8080. See, many servers port number is 8080. Then, if you write 8080, which server should start? It cannot understand which server you are sending requests. That's what I changed Tomcat server port number 8082. Port numbers range is, what is the port numbers range? 0 to 65,535. In core Java also explained, in advanced Java also explained. Reserved port numbers range is 0 to 1023. Free port numbers range is 1024 to 65,535. Reserved port numbers range is 0 to 1023. Free port numbers range is 1024 to 65,535. Port numbers range is 0 to 65,535. Reserved port numbers range is 0 to 1023. Free port numbers range is 1024 to 65,535. Is it over? reserved port numbers range is 0 to 1023. Now, whatever I given here port numbers, it is free port numbers range. That's what we can change. So actually, Tomcat server default port number 8080. I change it to 8082 because in my system Oracle also is there. Oracle automatically started. That's the reason 8080 applied for Oracle. And that's what I changed Tomcat server port number 8080 to 8082. How to change? I'll explain. Now, if the number is 1024 to 65,535, you can change. The number is 0 to 1023, you cannot change. Now, these are free port numbers, you can change. And if first 8080 only, continue. If it is working, continue. Not working, you change. Okay. If that is also not working, again change. Okay. That port number related error comes, then you have to change. How to change? I'll show you. See, here, my browser communicating with server. Server in same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. Like this. So in this line, so much information is there. So my browser communicating with server. Server is in same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. In that server, which war file? First war file. In that war file, many servlets you can write. Which servlet URL pattern? First servlet URL pattern. Then request comes to first servlet first servlet request comes. So this is it is just a war file name. It is URL pattern of servlet. Now we written like this. This line HTTP localhost 8082/first/test. I written. Now in this, actually this part is called URL. This part is called URL. And this part is called URN. So this is URL. This is URN. This totally called URI. Ready, son? URL different, URN different, URI different. URL, URI, URN. Three concepts are there. URL, URN, URI. See, it is location, it is location, it is resource name, it is resource identifier. So here URI equal to URL plus URN. URI equal to URL plus URN. Universal, uniform, both you can say. Now I'll give URI equal to URL plus URN. Is it all? Next, write it. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. See, it is nothing but just location. This is nothing but only resource. This resource in this location is called identifier. So you are writing like this means it is location. That is Tomcat server. Resource is available in that server. That is location. This is resource. This resource we are searching in this location. This resource we are searching in this location. That totally called identifier. This uniform resource identifier also you can call. Universal resource identifier also you can call. Universal resource identifier. Uniform resource identifier also valid. Universal resource identifier also valid. Uniform resource identifier, universal resource identifier. Now, you observe. You are writing this line. What is the meaning of this line? See, my browser communicating with server by using HTTP protocol. The server is present in the same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. In that server, many WAR files you can deploy. Which WAR file? First WAR file. In that WAR file, many servlets also you can place. Which servlet URL pattern? First servlet URL pattern. Then request comes to first servlet. Okay? Then request comes to first servlet. Like this we written. But in real time, you are writing like this only. http://www.google.com. You are typing. Now, here you are typing like this. Here, HTTP, browser communicating with server. Here HTTP, browser communicating with server. Server in same computer. Server not in same computer. Server is worldwide. It is searching worldwide. If you write localhost, it will search in your computer. If you write www, it will search in worldwide. Here 8082. Here Google server. So that 8082 equivalent here Google. Okay, it is Google's.
కరెంట్ వచ్చిందా? కరెంట్ వచ్చిందా రూమ్ లో?
రాలా.
రాలేదా?
Some domains are domain categories are there. .net media site, networking sites, media. .net,
recording in
that
progress.
is media site, and the private organization .org. But these domain categories, no one is maintaining properly. All maximum website .com, private organization site also .com, and government website also .com. .gov should be there, but which is government site, which is private site also very difficult to identify, because all maximum people they are giving priority for .com only. For example, our institute website also nareshid.com. Okay, that should be not .org. If it is university, college, edu, and maximum websites .com only they are giving priority. Okay. Maximum website, they are giving priority for .com. If .com domain is not available, they are selecting other category. That is happening. So here, not only in India, worldwide, no one is maintaining internet standards. No one is maintaining. Okay. In few, because maintaining these internet applications, not one country, worldwide should maintain, worldwide. So maybe in future, one organization may comes, they may maintain. But present internet standards properly, one country also not maintaining. Okay. Now, .com, that is commercial website. But even country domains also are there. That is which country website also we can identify. Say google.co.in, CO, commercial, .in, India. Like that, particular country website also we can identify with country domains. .in, India, .nz, New Zealand, like that, .uk, UK. That type we have country domains. Country domains also no one is maintaining. That is which country website also you cannot identify until you see the content of website. Until you see the content of website, that is which country website also you cannot identify. Okay. So here we are writing URL only. This is called URL because we are not writing resource. Resource already configured. It is nothing but index.html or homepage.html. Like this, one file will be there. That file no need to type. So actually here index.html will be there. So this is called URI. Up to here, it is called URL. It is called URN. Totally called URI. But we are not typing this file name. That file by default configured. But this is also we can configure by default. It is possible. I'll show you. That is called welcome file. Welcome file configuration. No need to type URL pattern also. By default comes. That is possible. I'll explain. Okay. Like here, this is called URL. This is called URN. This is totally called URI. Now, right here, location URL. Resource name URN. URN, here URL is totally called URI. So in real time, you are typing like this. Is it over? See, this is called URL. This is called URN. This is totally called URI. URL means it is location of resource. URN nothing but resource. URI nothing but totally, including location and resource, totally called identifier. So in real time, you are writing like this. Now here we are writing like this. So here browser communicating for server in the same computer. Listen. Here browser communicating for server worldwide. Here searching for Tomcat server. Here searching for google.com server. In that Tomcat server, it is searching for first war file test URL pattern. Listen, for you only said. And here it is searching for resource index.html. See, already few people absent, you observed today. Okay. Strength is yesterday and today you will observe. Strength is less. Those people, they may or may not understand tomorrow class. But today attending also wasted. If you are not listening means you are attending, but attending also wasted if you don't listen. So that side also not listening. If you are not listening means attending class also waste. Already told it the most important. Because daily I'm not going to explain again and again these lines. For first program, I'm going to explain everything. Second program onwards, what I'll do? I'll teach only programs. But again, what is HTTP? Again, what is WW? Every day you'll ask. If you don't listen. What is first, what is test, you will get it out. Why we are writing also you'll get it out. Today, complete class explanation only it will take. Just URL onwards I started until you get a welcome message that what is happening totally, I'm going to explain. This is for second program, I'm not going to explain. Every day same. That's the reason today class is important, I said. But again, you are attending also wasted if you are not listening. Already few people absent. They may or may not understand tomorrow onwards. They'll get so many doubts. See, example, yesterday you have seen, we typed that browser, we are getting output. How it is coming? Your doubt is there, no? But actually first solid executed. How it is executed? Not completed. I'm explaining that is only. Listen. See, in our program, we written like this. In real time, you are typing like this. Here, protocol communicating with server for Tomcat server in the same computer. Here, this protocol communicating for google.com server worldwide. In that server, index.html file. In this server, first var file, first solid URL pattern. Test. That is written. So, if you write like this, first solid is going to be executed. If you write like this, index.html file in a google.com website executed. But you are not typing index.html because this file name already configured in the server. So, no need to type resource name. Here also, without writing this one also possible. That concept is called welcome file. Welcome file configuration possible. How to configure welcome file, I'll teach, not completed. Okay? At the time, it is here we are typing in address bar. We are typing in address bar like this only. It is called URL or URI or URN. URL. But you are typing this one. Is it URL or URN or URI? URI. But what people are doing, whatever you are typing in address bar, that is calling they are URL only. It is wrong, no? But other people, they don't know. You are learning Java. Okay. But all are using internet. Your family members also using internet. They don't know what is URL, what is URI, what is URL full form also they don't know. But every day they'll type URL. Okay. But they are using internet. You are using internet. What's the difference? They don't know, you don't know. But you are learning Java. For them, not required. For them, they want to do shopping. They'll type Amazon.com. They'll use. For them, not required. For you, required. You are going to build that type of application. Okay? No. So, whatever you are writing in address bar, that is not called URL. URL will be there, URN will be there, URI will be there. Three concepts are there. So, you are typing http://www.google.com. This is URL. This is your typing URI. Okay? Now, this resource name we can configure. If we configure, then you can write only like this. Then you can call it as URL. Okay? See, observe here. I'll type up to here only. What will happen? It is home page coming. This page also one resource, but the resource we are not typing. You observe. I written only 8082. But this resource is coming. This resource already configured as a welcome file. That's what it is coming. One file we can make it as welcome file. That welcome file, no need to type, automatically comes. So this file already configured. That's what this is coming. If you type URL, this is called URL. And this file already configured. That is the reason this is coming. This file name may be index.html, something will be there. It is not there, maybe other name will be there. So different servers, different configuration, what they given. We can see in XML file also. One file name may be default.html, different file names they'll give. Okay. That is some file name configured, already configured. That configured file name, if you write also, same page comes. Now this file already configured, some file, that is welcome file. That welcome file, we can see here some configuration file will be there. Program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10. Here configuration. How to configure, I'll teach. That the internal configuration somewhere is there. I'll show you. We can configure. We can configure. We can configure. How to configure? I'll show you. See. Here also for google.com also one file will be there. Default configuration file. That file comes. Now. Here. We are typing. Like this we are typing. Then my request passed to Tomcat server first. Then what will happen, just you observe. Whenever you click on deploy button, that is copied here. That is copied here. Here, copied. You observe first.var. Now, whenever we click on deploy button, that is copied in this location. See, you are opening like this, you are typing manager app, you are typing admin, sign in button. Here, you'll select the file, you'll click on deploy. Online student, listen the class. Already many times I told, every day I'm saying, listen the class. Your doubts I'll clarify end of the session. First listen the class. It is not one-to-one session to respond immediately. Okay? Online students, offline students. Many people are there, no? So listen the class. See. Here, you observe 8082 manager/HTML. This is resource. It is also a resource. Up to 8082 location. So in that location, this is the resource. Now, whenever you click on deploy button, that is placed here. See, first.var. This location is called deployment location. Just write this one. Var file deployment location. Var file deployment location in Tomcat server. Var file deployment location in Tomcat server. Var file deployment location in Tomcat server. Write this one. Var files you have to deploy here. If you click on deploy button also, it will be placed here only. war file deployment location in Tomcat server. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0 web apps. So whenever you click on deploy button, whenever you click on deploy button, what will happen? It is placed in this location. C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0 web apps. So here you will click on deploy button. You will click on deploy button. Whenever you click on deploy button, that is copied here. But your doubt is directly what you can do is this PC, C drive, first tab, here you can select the file, you can right click, you can copy, and again you can open this PC, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10 web apps. Right click, you can paste. No, it is possible. No, so here if you click on deploy button, it is copied here only. But directly you can open this folder, you can copy. No, possible. No, but it is possible if the server is in same computer. Suppose 5 computers are there. Okay. Now you are working in one computer, your server is in another computer. You are working in one computer, your server is in another computer. Now you are working in this computer, server is in this computer. Here war file you created, server is here. Here right click copy, here right click paste. Possible? No. Server is if it in your same computer, possible. But here copy, there paste means how it is possible? So if the server is present in the same computer, you can do that. But server in another computer, you must follow deployment process only. That is the reason I explained directly deployment. But in real time, after joining in the company, server will not be in your computer. Server may be in other computer. Server may be in US also. In real time, different. Server will not be in your computer. That is the reason always you follow deployment configuration only. Okay. Now, this is deployed. When I click on deploy button here, here copied. Here copied. Now, automatically this war file extracted here. You observe. War file name first. That is extracted like a first. Okay. First folder created automatically. But actually folder name what I created, root folder name? First tab I created. In the first tab folder, whatever is there, all will be packed as a one file. That is first.war. I copied. This is extracted as a first. Then it will be opened. See, whatever I created, WebINF is there, classes is there, web.xml is there. See, first solid.java, first solid.class, as well as meta.nf. This is just software information added. In this case, software information added. Which software we used, which version we used, that information added here. So here, this is created by 17.0.5 Oracle Corporation software, manifest version 1.0. This information not required to us. That is server purpose. Which compatibility purpose? So added manifest. While creating war file, first line came no added manifest. Yesterday I was seen. That is added manifest. Meta.nf. Here you observe war file automatically extracted like a first. Automatically extracted. Now you are typing HTTP. Browser communicating with server. Server is in same computer. Tomcat server. In that we are typing first. Then directly it comes to web apps folder. It is Tomcat server location. In that web applications. In that it will search for first. It is there. Now this folder opened automatically. Opened. After opening, it is search for web-inf. If this folder is not there, error. Because web container will know, web container knows only that file. So that is the reason it should be web information web-inf in capital letters only you write. Specification, rules and guidelines you must to follow. Then only web container can understand. If you write your own style, web container cannot understand, error comes. So it should be web-inf. It should be web-inf. It should be in capital letters. Now you are typing up to first. You are typing first. Then it is in that first. It is search for web-inf. Not there. Error. Web-inf opened. Then it will search for web.xml. Web.xml is not there. Then error. Now web.xml is there. This will be opened. This will be opened. This will be opened. What is this? I have to explain. Next node on web.xml. Web.xml. It is called as configuration file. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure Sowlets, listeners, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, etc. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure Sowlets, listeners, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, etc. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure Sowlets, listeners, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, etc. See, this XML file, it is called configuration file. We have to configure. See, you are typing in address bar test, but which program is going to be executed? First Sowlet. But why this configuration? I'll explain. First Sowlet means test. Test means first Sowlet. This is one configuration I configured in web.xml. Why this configuration? I'll explain. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure Sowlets you can configure, listeners you can configure, filters you can configure, initialization parameters you can configure, context parameter, welcome file. So many concepts are there. Now present you are learning this one. These also will see further. These all you will see in a Sowlets topic only. First Sowlet configured. What is configured? First Sowlet configured like a test. That information I provided in XML. HTML, browser understandable language. XML, server understandable language. HTML, only predefined tags. XML, only user defined tags. Complete different. HTML, XML, lot of difference is there. Writing program style only same. HTML, what will be there? Tags and attributes. XML also tags and attributes. Writing program style is same, but HTML, can you write your own tag? No, only predefined tags. In XML, there is no predefined tag. All user-defined tags only. All created by some other companies or created by you. You can also create your own tag. Your own tag, your own attributes you can create. Possible. And XML case sensitive. Capital only, small only. But HTML not a case sensitive. Capital also, small also, mixed also, any style you write it works. Okay. HTML attribute values with double quotes also, with single quotes also, even if you don't write quotes also works. But XML compulsory. Rules are there. So many rules and guidelines are there. About XML, only little bit you'll study in advanced Java. While learning web services, RESTful services at the time, XML you'll learn. Okay. Present only little bit advanced Java configuration purpose only learn. See, it is called as configuration file and it is used to configure Soulets. Here, Soulet we configured. Here, Soulet we configured. What we configured, you observe? Here, this is Soulet class. We written Soulet class is first Soulet. That is I configured here. Here, you observe. Whenever you type in the address bar first, it comes to first. Then it will search for WebINF. It is there. It will be open. Then it will search for web.xml. It is there. Then it will be open. After opening, now in the address bar we are writing test. Then in this XML, it will search for test. Test is here. No? This test associated with demo. Then it will search for demo. That demo here. That demo associated with first Soulet. Now control jumps to first Soulet program. But why this configuration? Directly in address bar first Soulet you can write no. This configuration is not required. But first Soulet, F capital, S capital. It is compulsory no. F capital, S capital. Now this is first Soulet, F capital, S capital. This is one configuration. Now that in a browser also F capital, S capital you have to write. But all people, they may not write properly. See, for example, Facebook.com, F capital, B capital is there. You write all small letter also works. If you write all capitals also works. If you write mixed letters also it works. And if like that only each word first letter capital like that if it is there, will they open other people websites? Facebook, they may type F small or S small, B small, these all small letter they'll type. Website may not be opened, then they may think that website does not exist. They may think like that also. Because even in advanced Java class also, you are learning Java, already core Java completed, still people are doing capital letter, small letter mistakes. In advanced Java class also. Capital place small, small place capital. But if like this is there, other people, how they'll manage, how they'll browse internet? That's what other people convenient way, we are writing another word, something test. But this is programmer purpose, this is. You are writing first Soulet, user writing test. This URL pattern you will give to others. Those people will execute. Okay. So other people are running your program with test. But backside which program running? First Soulet. Suppose here only if you write test, then Java programmer point of view confusion. Like already you studied core Java. Each word first letter is capital. No space between words. That is class notation. Here all small letters are there, programmer will get a confusion. Here all capital letters are there, user will get a confusion. That is the reason first Soulet we are configuring test. This is users, end user is going to use. This is Java programmer is going to use. But in between one more person is there, deployer. Deployer purpose, this is a name. So actually in real time what will happen? Java programmer will write Soulet class. This class given to deployer. Deployer will write one name. That deployer, he will write one more name. That name given to users. Then all users, they'll execute with this test. Then first servlet executed. But how server knows test means first servlet? With XML. Server how will now this is okay. Programmer point of view first servlet. User point of view test. That is convenient for programmer. This is convenient for user. But how server knows test means first servlet? That is XML. With this file only server can understand test means first servlet. You are typing in address bar test, but backside's first servlet program executing. How server knows? With this file. This type of configurations, anything if you want to inform to server, this XML file will help you. So if you want to inform to server, this program required. Any information, if you want to inform to server, through this file we can inform. That is only you will study further these all. Servlets, listeners, filters, initialization parameter, context parameter, welcome files, these all will inform to server. What is the use of listener? What is the use of filter? What is the use of initial? These all you will understand further session. It is just a welcome program. So many concepts are there. Okay. Servlet forwarding is there, servlet including is there, servlet redirecting is there, initialization parameter, request parameter, context parameters, sessions, cookies, URL rewriting, hidden form field. So many concepts are there. It is just one welcome program completed. Okay. At the time you will understand one by one. Present here. You are typing in address bar test. See, you are typing here. HTTP. My browser communicating with server. Server in same computer, localhost. Tomcat server 8082. First. If you type first, then it comes to this folder, first folder. In that first folder, now it is default configure, default location, web apps. In that location only it will search. In that location first is not there. Resource not found. Error comes. First is there. It is opened. In that it will search for WebINF. If not there, error. WebINF is there. See, suppose for example, you observe. Here, I'll type some other name, ABC. Not found. Resource not found. That ABC servlet not there. Suppose here, I'll type second. Okay, second, not there. So here, if resource is not there, this error comes. Not found. HTTP status 404, not found. Suppose if spelling mistakes happened, also same error comes. Spelling mistakes also same error. Configuration mistake also same error. But what people are doing, this screenshot they are attaching to my mail ID. Sir, this error coming, what I have to do? How can I give answer? Think yourself. People are sending like this only. I written same program as it is, but this error I got it. This screenshot they'll attach to my mail ID, they'll send. How can I give answer? Just think yourself. For this error, there are so many reasons. Resource not there. Really it is not there. Then this error. It is there, but you written spelling mistake. Same error. You written WebINF not there. Same error. WebINF is there and XML file not there. Error. Web.xml also is there, but configuration mistake is there. Error. 10 plus reasons will be there for this error. Only this error screenshot if you send, how can I give answer? Think yourself. That's what listen with concentration I'm saying. If you listen, because my every word you cannot write in notes, no? My every word you cannot write, not possible to write. See, even if you take any Java book, Servlet book only you take, 1000 pages is there. If you write my every word, it will become 10,000 pages. Servlet books only you observe, 1000 pages minimum is there. Only servlets. My every word if you write 10,000 pages it will become. That's what listening is most important. If everything is available in books, who will come to classroom? No one will come. Why classroom? Already you have BTech completed. Okay, you can learn yourself also, no? That is not possible. That's what listening is important. Writing notes is not important. Listening only most important. Now, here resource not found. This error comes. See, whenever you type first here, in this first is not there. Suppose directly it comes to web apps. First is not there. Error. First is there. WebINF not there. Error. WebINF is there. Web.xml is not there. Error. Web.xml is there. Then it will search for test. If test is not there, again same error. Test is there. Associated file, demo. If it is not matched, then also same error. Here first solid, here spelling mistake or capital letter, small letter mistake. Again same error. Okay. Now, this is used by user. This is used by Java programmer. This is used by deployer. These all I'll give. Now, first open XML file, open web.xml in your notebook. Yesterday you written, no? Open web.xml. Open web.xml. Here you are this it is used by end user. It is used by Java programmer. Must be same, and it is used by deployer. Must be same, and it is used by deployer. So here three members will be there: deployer, Java programmer, end user. End user means all people. Those are accessing that website. Those are accessing website. Those all people. End users. See, in the address bar, we written first. First is not there in the web apps folder. Error. First is there. In that WebINF is not there. Error. WebINF is there. In that web.xml is not there. Error. Web.xml is there. In the test is not there. Error. Test matched. Then it will search for demo, because test associated with demo. Test associated with demo. Then it will search for demo. If it is not matched, same error. It is matched. Then it is associated with first solid. Then first solid executed. Suppose first solid spelling mistake or space is there, or capital letter plus small letter plus capital letter, same error. Then first solid program opened. Okay. Now from here control jumps to first solid. But first solid also where it will search? In classes folder. That classes folder not there. Again error. So classes maybe capital letters given. Error. Classes plus class you given. Same error. So HTTP status 4 not found error means many reasons. Okay. Is it over? Now first solid opened. See, first solid. It is opened. In this solid, first what will happen? For this class, object created. Object created. If public is not there, is it object created? Again error comes. but program successfully compiled. While deploying it also successfully compiled, it shows. Successfully deployed also shows. That is your mistake. You are not giving a permission to create object. Then it won't create. Then also error. First servlet object created. Now, first servlet object created. After creating object, server knows only lifecycle methods. How many lifecycle methods? 3. What are those? First request. How many methods called? 2 methods. What are those? First servlet object created. After creating object, it will search for init method. Is there any init method? Is there an init method? No. Then it will search for init method in superclass. Generic solid. It is there? Yes. That init method called. Life cycle. You studied. So first servlet object created. After creating object, init method called. Init method not there in our class. If not there, it will search in superclass. You studied runtime polymorphism, dynamic binding. Okay. So if subclass is there, subclass. In subclass not there, superclass. Then it is search for init method in generic solid. It is there. That init method called. After that, service method. Our service method called because overridden. Dynamic polymorphism, this is only no. If subclass overridden, subclass method called. Subclass not overridden, superclass method called. Again, superclass also not there. One more superclass up to object class. It will search. Okay. That is only runtime polymorphism. So first request, whenever first request comes, first servlet object created. With that object, superclass init method called. After that, service method called. Now, your request response received by web container. See, in catch block, exception E you are writing. What is E? This exception E. What is it? Object reference. It refers one object. That object who will create? JVM. JVM creates. Like that, request response created by web container here. Now, that request response actually interfaces. Servlet request, servlet response interfaces. Can we create objects? No. These two interfaces implicitly imported and implicitly inherited in some classes. In Tomcat server, set of classes will be there. WebLogic server, some other classes will be there. JBoss server, some other classes will be there. WebSphere server, some other classes. Those class names not required to us. Different servers, different classes will be there. Interfaces common to all servers. Because of interface only, servlets common to all servers. And implemented in subclasses. Subclasses are different. While teaching JDBC, I explained this concept. JDBC with Oracle, JDBC with MySQL, same no? Servlets with Tomcat server, servlet with WebLogic server, servlet with JBoss server, same. Because of interfaces. These two implemented in some set of classes. Those class objects created. Those all received here. REQ, RES. REQ refers one object. RES refers one object. With that object, getWriter method called. Then one stream created server to browser. Then welcome to Solid comes. Okay. Now you observe here. First, what we did, we created one first tab folder. In this folder, what we did, web-inf we created. In this web-inf, what we did, classes folder we created. In these classes, first solid. Here web.xml. We written web.xml here. Okay. This is totally we created as a war file. This file name I given first.war. Then I opened server, Tomcat web server, any web server. This is I deployed. This is I deployed here. Whenever I deployed, then automatically one folder created. Automatically first folder created. In this folder, what will be there? Whatever we packed, that will be there. So again, WebINF will be there here. WebINF. In that WebINF classes. So it is automatically extracted, automatically created. Classes. In these classes, first solid.java, first solid.class. Here web.xml. Like this will be there. Now from browser window, from web client, here I typed here. What I typed? HTTP. My browser communicating with server. Server in same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. And after this, URL var file name first. URL pattern test. Then my request passed from browser. My request passed to browser. This request is called HTTP request. HTTP request. Now, then what will happen? Here, you observe. Browser communicating with server. Server in same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. In that first war file. In that first opened. So first it will search for first. First is not there. Error. First is there. It will search for WebINF. WebINF is not there. Error. WebINF is there. It will open web.xml. Web.xml is not there. Error. Web.xml is there. In that it will search for test. Test associated with demo. Demo associated with then first solid opened. First solid class object created. With that init method called. Init method is there? No. Superclass. Generic solid superclass. That init method called. After that service method called. Request response comes. With that one stream created. Server to browser. This is called print writer. So this is a one stream. It is called print writer. It is print writer stream. Print writer. Throw stream. Welcome to Solids. It is transferred. Like this, you are getting output welcome to Solids. This is called response. Server to browser. It is called HTTP response. This is happened. Okay. Write this one.
పార్ట్గా పోయింది.
Print writer is nothing but network stream, server to browser stream created, through stream data traveled, that type. See, Monday class, what I given, whatever required for program, that is I given. Tuesday class program you have seen. Wednesday class explanation you have seen. Tomorrow onwards only program. That execution process, I'll make it fast. Like every day same style. Developing application programming style is same. Coding part different. Tomorrow I'll teach in Eclipse. Then you start practicing. This manually you may or may not get. It is server to browser stream created. Through stream, welcome to solid transferred. Is it completed? Say, one root folder you have to create. In that WebINF you have to create. In that classes you have to create. You have to write Solid program. You have to compile. You have to write XML. You have to create WAR file. You have to deploy. Then this file automatically extracted. And from browser, you have to send the request. Then stream created through stream, welcome to Solid transferred. This has happened. Okay. Tomorrow with Eclipse, how to do, I'll explain. Tomorrow onwards, Eclipse only. We'll see continuation tomorrow. Online students, now you can ask your doubts.